hit it once.
Okay, I hit it 3 times. I messed up. Hi, everybody. How's everybody feeling? Oh, I know. It's coming down the wire, isn't it? But it's a good thing. And because the energies are fluctuating, so I just want to light a little bit of Palo Santo for myself today and for you all today. Of course, this is Palo, I think, Santo. And, it doesn't burn like the others so harsh, sage and stuff. So I burn this and it's really beautiful. And so we're just going to fill the screen with this and cover me and cover us, that we stay in a place of love today. Because really love is all that there is. You know that, don't you? Oh, we're all learning. Yes. Okay. And so with the Palo Santo, filling the air, calling forth our angels, the source of all good, the source of all love, the source of all light. Yes, the presence, the power, the Holy Spirit. Woo-hoo. Calling in Jesus and many masters of love. Yeah, I'm not getting stuck on. I'm just all about love. All right, so we just set that over, let it continue to burn. And of course, my name is Vanda Guzman, and you are listening to All Things Spirit. Yes, and this is a good day. Actually, I'm recording a little bit earlier than you might get this, so I think I'm recording on the 29th. And the reason why I want to bring it to your attention is because so much is going on. It's just a lot happening at this moment in time. And so I wanted to bring that to your attention. And we're going to name this video, Finally, the Energies Are Moving Us Forward. Because that's really what's happening. Finally, the energies are moving us forward. And it feels like we're being pulled back. But we are moving forward. So that's why sometimes, we have to work with our feelings. Because sometimes they're not always correct. And sometimes they're always correct. That's when discernment comes in. So now we're going to begin to work with the power of discernment. Now it seems like I'm going in and out, dark and light. Oh, that's because I'm moving. Okay, so let me stay up here. Okay. And so what we're going to talk about today is the practical use of meditation again in this season. This is a very beautiful season that we're in. And guess what? We just had a new moon in Libra yesterday, the 28th. And that was my sister Inez, who passed over from cancer. And that was her birthday. And I was just celebrating. I was like, hey, Neza, how you feeling? She says, I'm beautiful. Because she never felt beautiful here. And she was one of the most beautiful women that you ever want to lay your eyes on, okay? So that just shows how we have our journeys, okay? And so one of the things I want to deal with today is that most of us, we are in a place of moving forward. But a lot of us are not in a place where we're moving forward. Those who are doing the work can go forward. It's on the news. My sister said that a lady got on the news and said her son missed 100 days out of school last year, and they passed him anyway, and she was furious. He was hooking school and not going to school, and she's a working mother. So can you imagine just letting him go on to the next grade and he ain't ready? Can you imagine some of the things that's going to be happening in his life because he's not ready? This is what Spirit is saying to us today. That if we're not ready, we're just not ready. Everybody's being loved. Everybody's loved. I didn't realize it until I traveled around the world because I was kind of stuck on only these group of people. And so God said, just send her around the world. She got a good heart. She mean well. Don't send her around all kinds of people. And by sending me around all kinds of people, I began to understand God's love more. And I'm really, really excited about being away all those years and coming back with that. I said, wow, I found something. I found something. And I did. And so those who are ready, they're moving forward. Now, in this season of Libra, you know, that's the relationships. That's more dealing with balance. Because we all have to balance out how we're doing these things. Okay? So we have to balance out how we're doing these things. And because Libra represents relationships, how we are dealing with our relationships is coming up. Some relationships that we have to let go is coming up. Some older relationships that, you know, now that we've matured and have more understanding are coming back. So all of these things, this is beautiful, isn't it? And what we do in this season now will take us, and it's not only for the month of those who are born in Libra, because actually this is going to take us through the next 9 months of our journeys. But what they're saying now is in this season, prepare ourselves. Look at what we need to be looking at. Deal with what we need to be dealing with, because if not, yes, you're going back to special ed. And I say you're, because I'm not going. I'm not going. I've been working and I'm not going back to special ed. I don't need to. And so this is good. And this is where meditation really helps us, because even though it's not a real quick fix all the time, unless you're doing certain ones, you know, we'll get into that later. But I want to get into the fact that in meditation this week, I want to just mention that it's a good time, even when you're meditating, just to get still inside, just to take some breaths and and when you're breathing, make sure your belly's going out when you're breathing in. And then when you're breathing out, make sure your belly's being sucked in. I forgot to say that before. And that's when you know you're really doing good breath work. But this time when we go into this, I made some notes. I need some notes this week because it's a lot to be said, but I want to keep things short so, you know, people have time to watch me. So, when you're going into meditation this week, please, very, very, very so please, ask some questions. Yay! Now, one of the questions that we can ask this week is, what's next? What's next for me? You know, what's next? What is it that I need to do? What is it that I need to know? Or, what am I holding on to that's keeping me from going forward? I want to go forward. So, Spirit, what can you give to me? What can you say to me to help me move forward? So, you can ask these questions, pick one out for yourself that you feel is really yours, or take all of them, but you might have to set longer. Okay, because you can't get them real quick. Can't tell Spirit what to say. Okay? So, and then listen. Listen for the answer. Listen. If you don't get it that day, go back the next day. Again and again and again. Because anything that's worth having is worth waiting for. Right? Well, a lot of us know that. Some of us don't. These classes, I'm not used to having them on that much. And so, what we want to do is we want to deal with whatever that answer is. And now, what I'm getting is a lot of us are dealing with the answer of letting go. Okay? Because sometimes it's not all what we need to bring in, it's what we really need to let go of. And so, in letting go, one of the main things that we're going to be dealing with in this season now is forgiveness. And I could feel it already from people that there is a need, and I mean a big need, to forgive. Now, I know one that you need to do as far as forgiveness is forgiving ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves. Sometimes we are so hard just on ourselves, and without having an attitude of gratitude constantly, an attitude of gratitude, then we can get bogged down with the I ain't this, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not small enough, I'm not light enough, my hair ain't long enough, and da-da-da, and dee-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da. But we want to work with that this week. We want to call that thing out, and we want to speak to it and declare that it has no more power over us. But in order to do that, we have to recognize where we are at this moment and in this very time. So I feel that forgiveness is a heavy burden on a lot of us. And it can be even really past stuff and some things we have even blocked out. We've blocked out. I know I have, and I've been working with it, and some things have come to fruition, and I saw it, and I said, oh my God. With the molestation from a little girl, I blocked all that out. I blocked it out. I didn't know. People were telling me, mediums and things like, they were coming up to me telling me that, and I was like, what they talking about? But as time went on and I kept doing more work and more work, I found it. It showed up. Bam! Right in my face. And I just, oh my God. Somebody so close to me. Huh? What? Why? And this and that and the other. But I began to heal and begin to forgive. So there are a lot of things coming up. Even about parents. Ooh, I'm hearing and I'm feeling that there are some people, you must forgive your parents. You can't hold on. You chose your parents. I know they're going to say, now she's gone too far, let me turn it off. Turn it off if you want to, but you're going to miss out on a blessing. Oh, okay. All right, Vanda. Okay. But anyway, yes. And I learned this from Louise Hay. I will never forget it when I read her book, You Can Heal Your Life. Go get the book. And it's been around for eons. And it said, you chose your parents for what you came here to do, because you needed their attributes, you needed their ways, you needed certain types of a look from them, you needed a certain way of seeing things, because everything's not mapped out for us when we come here. Why? Because this is our school. That's why a lot of people going back to special ed. Because the school can't graduate you or move you to the next grade, not the universe. Universe don't play that. The universe is all loving. So the universe is not going to do that. Like some of the teachers are passing our kids, man, get up in class. No, that's not happening in the universe. That's all loving, all kind, all good. You call it God, universe, presence, source, great spirit, because of that love. So some people are, in a place through the new moon, and just before the new moon, few things have been happening to people. Few of them I know, and it's a sign. We've just got to hold you back. We're not punishing you. There's no punishment. Come on, let's get off of that ride. That's a ride. Get off of that. There's no punishment. There's only a holding you to a space until we become more aware. Just awareness. Because where I was last year, I'm not there today. I've done some work. And I'm truly happy about it, because last year I was kind of like, Yeah. And I lost my best friend Bernie 2018 in March, then had to separate from a couple of other friends, and things that I was going through and just had to pull back, and so it was rough. But I did it. And I healed through it. And I got a new understanding. And I got a better understanding. Because the understanding is love is all that there is. And that to be patient with one another, to forgive one another, to be kind, to be authentic is the better way. Because some relationships, we've been in, you've been doing what pleases that person, and maybe somebody's doing what pleases you. But there's a balance. We're called to come into a balance now. A balance. Okay? So that's one of the things that we want to work with today is to recognize that in our meditations, we can get some questions answered, and in your writings too. You can write this stuff because this is good. If you write down who you are not forgiving, I even do an exercise. I'm going to share that with you today. I do an exercise. That exercise is an exercise where you get a piece of paper and you write down everybody name that you're going through anything with. Yes. And you write their name down, and you write down, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. But just write down that whole sheet. I know, for a lot of people, some people might have 2 or 3 people, but some people might have 10, 15, But just write it all down. Take the time to think about it. Think about it and write it down. And then burn it. Yeah. Have a forgiveness meditation by burning it. And so that will walk with you through this process because we're in a great time. We're going into a great future. So finally, the energies are moving us forward. That's what we're going to name this page. Finally, the energies are moving us forward. Now, slow and steady, okay? Because to get a balance is not right away. So if you want a balance, you slow and steady. Take more time before you make a decision and things like that in this season. I want to talk about the season because the season is very important to all of us, not just to me. But it's a way of us feeling a little better about ourselves now. And it's a way of us feeling a little better about our relationships now. And it's a way of us feeling a little better about where we're going now. So that's why it's a beautiful season. And again, it is in Libra, but this season will last for the next 9 months. So that means prepare. This is a time to prepare. New opportunities are coming in for you. Oh, yay. Meeting new people are coming in. Oh, yay. New ideas. Oh, yay. New business plan. Oh, yay. Family members that have been a little imbalanced are balancing. Oh, yay. This is a good time. So don't let anybody tell you that it's not. I'm not into that. The fear tactics, because I've learned that fear, false evidence appearing real, FEAR. And it strangles you. It keeps you from going forward. I know some people who, no longer drive. They just have the fear of driving. Not that they're too old. They just have the fear. Well, people driving too fast and they're putting me off the road. Okay. So they don't drive. And then an emergency came up, and I know one person got in their car and drove where they had to go to that because they loved that person. They got in their car and went on. But it's in our minds, it's in us. And if we resonate with that type of energy, it will always confront us until we confront it back and say, you are not real. I am always divinely protected and safe. Now, if you are getting a warning inside yourself, that's something else. But if it's always the same old, then you know that it's fear. So do what you want with that. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Even though, do I sound like it? No. Say no. So, again, let me see where we want to go. Oh, yeah, and a lot of times people are talking about, I thought about Les Brown here, the world's greatest motivator. I just love Les Brown. But I remember him saying one time, because the people was like, that's the enemy. The enemy don't want me to go forward. The enemy don't want me to do this. The enemy don't want me to do that, okay? And Les Brown set me straight on that. He said, listen, if there's no enemy on the inside, then the enemy on the outside can do us no harm. Huh? I can't hear you. So you might want to ponder that a little bit, okay? Thank you, Les, for that. I had to write that down because I thought about it today when I was doing something. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to realize that in order to build our new, we need to work within the heart space of ourselves. So that's something that I'd like for us to do. Just do me a favor. Let's just, I know you can't see my heart, but it's okay. But just go here in your heart space, okay? All right. Just hold your heart. I feel mine's just beating. That's a beautiful thing when you can feel it. I'm breathing into my heart space now. And because everybody's so busy, I just feel like this is a time when you can breathe into yours. Ooh, I just felt a warmth come over me. Around my heart space. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Just say anything that I'm holding in my heart that is not very loving. Anything. Anybody. For any reason. I open my heart. And I let them go free. Let's do it again. You might even want to imagine yourself walking up in your heart. Isn't that awesome? Walking up in your heart. My. Yeah. If you walk up in your heart, you may even see the person standing right there in your heart, trying to block your heart. And you can look at them and say, please forgive me, I'm sorry, I love you, thank you. And it's not because you've done anything. It's because you want your heart open. If they never ask you to forgive them, you forgive. Please forgive me. I'm sorry, I love you, thank you. Let yourself off the hook now. It's time to move forward. It's time to go now. Now let's open it again. Let's take a breath and open it. Let them out that door. Send them on. Let them fly. Woo! I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and I fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through the open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. Woo! I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. That is for somebody who's watching this. I feel you. I feel you. I see you. I know you. I love you. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, thank you. Anyway, so before we move on, let's just get some of this out the way. And again, please write about it. Please, write about this. Write it. Write them a letter. Okay? Write them a letter. You don't have to mail it. Just write it. Get your feelings out. And then if you feel like you want to mail it, go ahead and mail it. You tough. You can handle the repercussions. No, it won't be any repercussions. I just like to, because see, if we too serious, we're going to miss, like one of my Archangel Michael cards say, find the humor in this situation. Sometimes we just have to find the humor in the situation. Now, if you feel like you want to write the letter, you don't want to mail it, I got a good idea. A splendid idea. Make yourself a God box. Okay? So, gonna make yourself a God box. See this? Make it, just get something. A little paper on it, a little decorations, Make a little God box. Yeah. And you can open it, and you can write down things. Can't read what I wrote, can you? No, I'm just playing. But anyway, actually, this is a new moon prayer that I wrote, because you can write out some desires that you have for the new moon. And some people say put it under your pillow. I just put them in my God box, and I call it a prayer box too, because sometimes I have a need, I have to go write something, put it in my prayer box, or I call it the Jesus box, or the Santa fan. As an angel Santa fan take the prayers up, bring them back down, get the answer back down to you a little bit faster. I say, thank you, Santa fan. So we have to use our imagination. We can't be so closed-minded now that we don't have any creativity. It takes being creative to get these messages from Spirit. It takes being creative. And so here's your God box. And I also want to talk to you in reference to when you're writing in God box or you're writing a letter to people, just be authentic. Okay? Don't get the blame that you can say you hurt me like this, things like that, but don't. And you did this to me. And then you did that. And then you did that. Which reminds me, some years ago, I used to just let people just do anything they want to me. And, I say, well, I forgive them. And then I go back. I mean, it ain't been that long ago, okay? And then I go back. And then, I'm just crying. And then I go back. And so one day, Jesus spoke to me and said, listen, Vanda, let's have a little talk. I said, okay, Yeshua. His real name, Yeshua. Yeah. And he likes that better. Because so many people done so many things in the name of Jesus. So, we kind of go with Yeshua. And so Jesus said, forgiveness is letting go. Forgiveness is not keep going back, letting that same person do the same thing. Ike Turner. Man, you know what I'm saying? But she had to do a practice. Tina, did you see the movie? Did you see the movie? Okay. All right. So she kept going back and back and back and back. And she said, I know what it feels like when somebody leaves you, because her mother left her, abandoned her. So she had the abandon issue. And a lot of us have them abandon issues. I'm working with my own abandon issues, from not having my father around, But I'm working with it. I take my mother's picture, my father's picture. But anyway, I'll tell you about that when we get into prayer things, okay? But anyway, yeah, Tina, she said, I know what it feels like. I know when somebody leaves you, I just can't leave them. But I tell you, girlfriend met Buddha, and it, whatever source helps you. She wasn't going to come into Christianity because when she was a little girl, they told her, you ain't good enough for God. Jesus don't like you. Get out of our church. Like that, So she found a way. And so she kept going back, and then she met a friend, and this friend said, do some of this Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, do the practice. And she started off slowly, and she was doing it some at a time, because by the yard, it's hard, honey. But inch by inch, anything is a cinch. So she started off slowly, and then she was doing it. Then she got faster, and then she got fast, and then she started doing it more. That's why I say the more you meditate, because you start seeing things happening. She started noticing little things around her, that begin to say to her, you know what, this ain't happening no more. And then they had the Big Bang. Well, y'all know the movie. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention because at this point in time of our life, there are some of us that are just going to have to do just that. We are going to have to let that go. And Jesus told me, so you don't need to keep going back. They keep coming back doing the same thing. What are you looking for? That's a victim mentality. Yeah, Spirit just said that's a victim mentality. Oh, okay, I've been a victim. And so I don't care who is your family, your friends, your hubby, your boyfriend, your teachers, whoever don't know how to treat you, then you have to just get away. Just leave them alone. Just say, thank you. And then go inside and find that place where you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be cared for. So the last thing I want to leave with you as I ask that you continue to meditate so that you don't have to medicate. I'm not saying get off your medications. I just remind myself when I say that because I'm not on any, but I'm just saying you don't have to medicate with even the thoughts are medication. Our negative thoughts, when they come about, that's like a medication, because you're medicating yourself with all that. It's going all in your blood, it's going in your blood, it's going through your DNA, your arteries, your heart, your brain. Everything get a little hit of it. So we want to clean. Again, we want to clean. This is called cleaning time. So as you go forth, continue your cleaning time. We are in our fall, actually. We just had the equinox, okay? So we're in our fall time. And I've been up for a couple of days because I've been getting calls. My friend in New York, and some other things going on in family. And I've just been up and running and stuff. And I've had to make sure, first thing I'm doing is my echinacea, immune support. So if you have a tea that can help you with your immune support, then make sure that you're drinking on your immune support now. Okay? Like that. Yeah. Okay. And if you're feeling pushed, because this is a time where we're all going to be slowed down because we need to be clear about what we're doing. Okay? We need to be clear about where we're going. Any plans, because, even some of us are suffering from what you might call it, the cosmic PMS. So that means slow it down and get you some stress relief. I'm trying to do this. Okay, can you see it? Stress relief? Yeah, okay. Get some of that. These are just natural teas. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the camera can focus on it.
Oh, so the camera can focus on it. Okay, so here's another one, Reishi Detox. So you might want to detox, okay? You might want to detox. So detoxify. Oh, she said so the camera can focus on it, so I think do it like that. I don't want to block. Okay. So the camera can focus in on it. So we just do it like that. So we got, this is by choice, Reishi Detox, or any kind of detox tea, any kind of immune building tea, any kind of stress tea. If you're going through a lot, I mean a lot where you're feeling nervous and stuff, this is very good. It's white chestnut. White chestnut is a Bach remedy. It's all natural. Okay, and it's a Bach remedy, B-A-C-H, Dr. Bach. You can order it on Amazon, or you can find it in health food store, and it's a very calming drop. And you only take 2 drops, so the bottle, even though it's about $18, it will last you for a very, very good while. Okay, so this will also support you. So I'm thinking that we're gonna get ready to close out here. And I hope that you receive something from me today that you can use to go forth in your life to be all that you could be. Because guess what? It's time. You are on your way. And the good news is that the energies are finally opening up to move us forward. So we want to say thank you to the energies, thank you to the planets going direct. Saturn just went, so that's a relief. Pluto will go, I think it's October the 2nd or 3rd, and that's going to be a relief because these two are working together, and we want to work with that by knowing that we have to be true to ourselves. And honest, is it honest? Yeah, honest, true, authentic. It doesn't matter who likes you. You can't be doing everything to please other people. People pleasing time is over. So, that's a lot of political stuff. You know what I mean? So you see it's falling. When I'm in my prayers, honey, and I'm praying, I see the dominoes. As soon as I start praying for the political leaders, I see a whole bunch of dominoes just fall on their backs. Boom. Ooh. Okay? And I see them every day because I pray for them every day. So I know we're moving in. I'm not saying things are going to change right away. Don't get me wrong. Get me right by knowing as we get ourselves right that everything is in divine right order. So I don't need to do another song because I already did I Believe I Can Fly. And so I just want to leave you with a nice big kiss today and a big hug. Just hug yourself. Come on. Just say I love you. Just hug yourself and say I love you. I love you just as you are. Just hug yourself. Yeah. And I love you already. Go forth. Enjoy your life. It's a good time. And I just pray, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I pray that you don't have to go back to special ed. Okay? And if you do, take it with grace, or it will stay in your face. Namaste.